So quite M1 heavy if I do say so myself. We do have the Demogorgon though, not as M1 oriented, but regardless, it is going to be our survivor spawning on the Coal Tower 2 in this Doctor set, all the way over at the top side of the map. We do take our Static Blast and we do find two survivors just sitting at the back of main, Philly Fry and Supersaur. So going to be taking this first chase onto one of them just around this car here, and they've broken away very nicely and played very preemptively to break away and make as much distance as humanly possible. We do see it is Supersaur rotating all the way down into the shack now. If we do look at our uncorrupted gens, they are all bottom side. We do manage to catch out Philly Fry in more of a favorable position for our killer, as we do a little bit of wacky mind games and a quick vault from the killer. This could spell trouble for our survivor. No BAM in hand. We are going to be taking that shock onto Philly Fry there, who is going to be playing around this pallet, greeting it very nicely. He's going to break away into a whole lot of nothing though, and this is going to result in a fairly quick tag for a Doctor set. We are going to be taking that tag and now running all the way down into shack, I do believe, as we try and pre-drop this pallet and make him as much distance as we can to try and get over there as quickly as we can. No body, but we do get a blind there. Wicked blind from Philly Fry. That's Shack Pallet gone, and that's going to be one generator done in the background. It is. Are they? There's no way are they tripling that gen? They are. Okay, interesting. I haven't seen that, to be honest. It's a very weird start to a game, but you know what? Probably for the best. Maybe that's a mid generator that could prove to be problematic a little bit later on into the trial. And we are going to be continuing on the chase on the side of Philly Fry, just having an amazing one, if you don't mind. So just going to be, unfortunately, getting caught out with the shock there. It is going to be looping back into the tile, and there's a shot coming in. We're not going to be able to drop that pallet. Going down, you know, at the cost of one generator and a half, I'd say, you know, the Diamond Dogs have put up a pretty good start to the game.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, they could have just triple split it off the rip and let Philly Fry die deep six, split the gens around him, and honestly could have done something. But I think Philly was low-key chasing in a bit of a disadvantageous spot for the survivors. The crop was all main, so I think that's why he saw Rage is no problem hard committing that, even losing that triple gen for it. But if you didn't notice, it was worth it. They have split up the map quite a lot now. You do have, yeah, the mid gen literally is just gone now. You have to roam now. The 3-gen top is your best bet. It's still not even that good of a 3-gen on this variation of Coal Tower. On CT1, of course, it's a little bit better, but this map is just harder to cut people off. It's harder to just overall pressure both gens, like you can on the other variation. But see Super down here 6. Just going to get shocked off, going to get straight back on friendly competition. I think they tripled it also maybe for friendly competition value. That's also a good shout. But Pool comes through. Ranger will probably get tagged for this after another rotation. He's done well here. He's going to go for another rotation now as well. And I mean, one more and he just makes the main vault if he plays it beautifully. And unfortunately, he won't be able to make main without a tag. But not bad from Big Ranger to delay that tag. And yeah, you will just see him snap back onto the bow, back 11. That's Philly Fry, who's the tunnel out this game. 2 gens ideally popped for this chase. We do see Gibbsy. He's pushing Gibbsy off his gen. That's very interesting. This cowboy hat coming out. Everyone loving this cowboy hat. I mean, it's a tough set below. Doctor's pretty tricky on 1v1, but no, these boys look like they know what they're up to. Good looping from Gibbsy. That's a bit of distance gone, but I mean, I'm sure he'll be able to make main last, ideally, make this pallet at least. Doesn't, fair enough. Screened away by the shock fake. That's very nice from Ray, I have to admit.
Yeah, it's going to result in a down 2, so, you know, the second stage on the board here. Now, you don't expect a lot of stages on the Doctor set, and especially from a team like Diamond Dogs, you can definitely expect them to be pulling outs from this match alone, yet we do see a reset in the background happening from Supersaurus onto Philly Fry, as we do take another pain resonance in this trial. That is our second fresh of the trial. Ray now going to take ground back to this midsection of the map, which was once flourishing, but since that breakup with the generator, it's proved to be pretty difficult. Yeah, like now, like you said, he has to roam a little bit more. He has to work for his downs, and as we do take that static blast there, we are going to be finding, I think that was the reset, I'm not quite too sure, but we did see someone scream all the way over it. What seems to be more of the 7 to 6 portion of the map. Philly Fry back on that generator as soon as he could, at earliest convenience. We do see Ranger just kind of stealthing for the pull as well. Not too sure if this will work out in our favor if we go around down the side of Ray and use, actually no, because we already used our static blast. Regardless, ignore me. We are going to be just forcing second potentially onto Gibbsy, but we did see Ranger a little bit beforehand. Yeah, on the edge map then, there's the clean pull there. This is going to result in a tag onto Ranger, but it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, do we follow up with the freshest here, or do we go for the tunnel out? We are going for a little bit of the freshest here, maybe just conceding it a little bit earlier on, to be honest, but we do manage to find out another survivor who is Supersaurus working this generator here. Do we have gens to hold in this vicinity? Yeah, we kind of do, okay. If we count this generator more towards like some sort of a 4-gen at top side, it is definitely still holdable. I mean, granted, it's still much more fast spread than Core Tower 1, like you had said, but still doable. We do take the tag onto Supersaurus here and zoned him all the way into the middle of the map there, but we're not opting to chase it with our Rapid Brutality. Interesting. We've chosen to interrupt this generator just over it, you know, out of our way, really. I mean, yeah, continuing on the chase to whoever this is, just sitting at the corner playing the check spot. I'm not too sure. It is an injured survivor, though, and it is Ranger. Yeah, just didn't go for the reset, opted to go for the gen pressure a little bit long ago, but going to be shocking him just before the window. He's not going to be able to make that. This is probably just going to be a down. That's going to be our survivor, Philly Fry, in the background. Do the generator pop and come in for a body. Now, Rain getting a little bit stuck on the generator there, but ultimately making the pallet here is just kind of caught out in this position of just like where this done generator is. So, you know, Philly Fry saving the day there, can't lie. And now we've dropped the chase onto Ranger. We don't want anything of that anymore. And, yeah, I mean, Philly Fry wrapping around that water tower there. I think that they're going to go for some sort of a reset as we do take the shock. We found 2 survivors. We have found Ranger and Supersaurus. Yeah, Supersaurus is broken as it currently stands. I do believe that is clean break. So doing a little bit of wacky mind games at the window. They're going to be vaulting. Again, no bamboozle. Body coming in from Gibbsy is going to allow Supersaurus to make this filler here over at the 10 side of the map. Greet it very nicely. Not going to play it because the shock's not going to allow him to. And again, trying to bait out the shock and did so very nicely. Now does make the almond filler here all the way over at 10. Looping all the way back into 9's filler pallet there. Again, can't use it, choosing to play the long side. Has relinquished pallet possession. Probably is going to go down not too long after. But as I say that, we have dodged yet another shock. And he's playing out of his mind right now. Oh, wait, he got... Oh. The clean break, and it was off, just pinpoint perfect there. Now Ray's really gonna have to work for it. That's his pain resonance stack gone, and a body coming in too from Philly Fry. We're not getting this down anytime soon. We make the window as well at the cost of Philly Fry being tagged, but it doesn't really matter too much. He is our one hook survivor, you know, Supersaurus being one of our only freshers left in the game. He's going to opt to die all the way corner 7. And if we can get a quick flick around before we take this hook, do we make a generator or not? Do we have enough progression on the map or not? And we don't know. We've gone for the reset, the slow play. I mean, yeah, I didn't see where if they had like another generator just pumping away at that 3-gen that they have at the top side. But I'm not too sure if that was a pain resonance hook, but if it was, it's some nice info to see that nobody was working at this top side. Look at this 3-gen, okay? It's still going to be pretty rough to break. In all honesty, if I had to chop it down to my prediction jumps, it'd probably be around 6 to 7 stages at this point, no pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, I think even that's a little bit generous. That's assuming he gets Ranger, camps him out, but I mean, they just triple and then die for him. I do not think Ranger in this trial will be hooked the way Diamond Dogs play. I think, you know, you see the instant reset onto Philly Fry from Gibbsy. Ranger does make, well, maybe with that passing he doesn't make the window, but does take a direct right inside shack, going around the short side to the window. Got to make something happen here. Maybe they will get this fresh on. Maybe just conceding gen pressure is more important. And I think it might be, you know, stage 4 fresh, it's not great. It's not terrible either. I think Oppenheimer's survivors are definitely equipped to get around the same result. I think their M1 game is really, really good on Survivor. It depends on the survivors that will be playing though. If it's the core survivors, you know, your Ben, your Cahill, your Jensen, and Mummy, I believe, is the core 4. That's like the 4 that'll get it done. Their M1 is just beautiful. Which is why I think, personally, the sets tonight favor Oppenheimer. You've got Doctor, which is a set they've proven themselves on multiple times, why they picked it. Demo, a set that they picked last week and did fine on. They didn't do bad by any means. I mean, their survivors did pretty average, but other than that, it was a good result from them. And then race TB will look like I mean, doggies have proven themselves to be quite versatile when it comes to the M1s, even throwing in a couple M2s there just for your how you goings. But I don't know, it could go either way still. But this game so far, as we sit here and breathe, has been nothing but dumb and dog-sided. That clean break play might be one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That was beautiful. That clean break had 25 seconds, 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and he lived that whole time to be able to get that clean break. Wow. Astonishing from Supersaurus.
Tanking the body on the side of the Supersaurus, though, now following up the chase onto Philly Fry here. Over at the shack, way away from our 3-gen scenario that we got going on the top side. But look at that, Static Blast has dobbed everybody in, going for the reset. There's no progression on the top side. So Philly Fry is going to have to die all the way down into the corner of 6. And it doesn't really have a lot to go on, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, wait, we've made that window vault. Hang on a second. He's not on 16 MS this time around against an SEA team, but ultimately going down regardless after making the Z-wall there. We do see the eruption pop in the background all the way over at 11, but no aura. Nobody been working on it. I mean, probably didn't even have a lot of progression all in all honesty. Taking this hook onto Philly Fry now, we are going to still be playing for our stages. Do still have access to 2 Pain Resonant stacks, but again, going to be pretty difficult. And listen to that gen progress. If you hear about that, that's about like 70%. And we do see Ranger just kind of stealthing off it preemptively. Gibbsy all the way back into 8 as well. 9 even, somewhere around there. We do take a kick all the way into corner 11 there. That is... Oh, wait, no, there was no Eruption proc. What am I talking about? Okay, so we just didn't bring Eruption because we brought Sloppy and Rapid Brutality. Maybe... Yes, I hope somebody picks up on that in chat and call me an idiot, because I definitely am. Regardless, going to be taking another kick there. What was the... Was there a killer notification that happened as soon as the down happened? Like, did someone miss a skill... maybe a skill check was missed. I don't know. Anyway... Going to be tagging Ranger here all the way in corner 11. He's going to unzone himself all the way into main, pre-dropping this Philippella outside of main, but doesn't make the window, I don't think. Yeah, with those add-ons, Electrode and to extend the distance, and Carter's notes to kind of buy us some time after shocking. We are going to be getting this tag coming in from Gibbsy, the tank hits coming in. If we can find Philly Fry and get a quick 2-tap, we can definitely salvage this match for 4K. I wouldn't put it past Oppenheimer. I wouldn't put it past Ray. But at the very least, it has to be high stages, I would say. Nevertheless, we have found Supersaurus in a very disadvantageous spot. Does have clean break in hand again, part 2. Are we going to re-release the first album, as I like to put it? I mean, here comes the hit tank here from the side of Philly Fry. We should have gone for the window, but it doesn't matter. We still get the body blocking in time, and there it is. Part 2. Part 2, and we see it happen like clockwork. Ranger also healed up in the background too, so, you know, Ray knows it's safe to continue this chase onto Philly Fry. Now, the question is Supersaurus around for the pallet save? No, he's not. So, with Philly out of this game, Joms, I would say it's game on. I said 7 stages. At the moment, it currently sits at 7-4. So, I mean, definitely grounds for all the survivors to still pop the last gen and, you know, take all remaining outs out of the door, realistically. We are going to be breaking that pallet just sitting outside of main here and now protecting the top side of the map. As we take another kick onto 11, we are going to go back on our rounds check. You know, check main, nothing there. It'd be stupid to work main, and after all the resets that happen, you just know that they're probably not working one of these gens, but they are trying to rotate for it in this present time. We do see some scratch marks leading all the way into shack, more so. I don't think anybody kind of stealthed around this portion. It'd be kind of crazy and diabolical to do so, yeah. 2 survivors just sitting over at that hill, more towards the 2 side. We do see Supersaurus back on that generator all the way at corner 11. Now, the Static Blast is going to dob him in unless he is in a locker, and he is not. But he has roamed all the way back to 8, pre-leaving this generator very nicely. Now, does Ray commit this chase, or does he go back for the gen? He's a little bit indecisive at the moment, kind of weighing out his options, and he's opted to go all the way down to 1, where we're trying to cut off Gibbsy from making shack. Now, if Gibbsy catches onto this, he can just double back into the tile and create more distance, all while simultaneously, Supersaurus back on that generator at 11. And as we take another kick onto this pallet gym sitting over here at the corner of 1, we have zoned Gibbsy all the way into the corner of the map. Now, can we get a quick tag onto him? He is playing very nicely, and he has counteracted every every single one of Ray's movements here, created enough distance to make halfway to the shack. But I dare say once Ray gets this tag, he's going to be going straight back onto 11. I don't think he makes it. He's a little too far away from it. It just pops because they're doubling it. He needs to just commit the chase onto Gibbsy and get the last 2 stages remaining in the trial for the 9th stage. I mean, yeah, blunder, Jams, I think. Blunder, because now he's chasing 2 healthy survivors, all while simultaneously Gibbsy is back on that gate over at 2.
False sense of confidence committing that chase on Gibbsy. He was in a shitty position, so the confidence came out. That's also a pretty unfortunate tag to take if you're a Ranger. Does keep quite a good amount of distance, though, with that being said. Yeah, I mean, couldn't have said it better. You just needed to commit Gibbsy there. I think it's easy to say when we can see the progress, but like you knew like he didn't even check the gen when he chased super off, didn't kick it, didn't do anything. That was probably a bad play. Probably should have definitely checked that nice slow or nice medium ball from Runga there. Do we get Runga out of this trial? We do not, because the jiggy just doesn't come through. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. As a doctor player myself, and probably the best one I've ever seen. No, just kidding. Not terrible at doctor. I think this is a great result. 7-4. I think this is fine. Should be happy with this.
Wait, is this 7-4? Hang on. Oh wait. Okay, no.
8-4 maybe. 8-4 maybe.
No. Yeah. Oh my god, I thought my math was off, and I did a stupid for the 2-time. I mean,
played earlier tonight. We do have the Oppenheimer lads rolling in here on Survivor versus Diamond Dogs' killer of choice, which tonight will be Runga on the Doctor. Definitely think after seeing that win con, there might be a little bit of nerves in his belly because what was it? Well, a four fresh 8, I believe, was the end result. Yeah, it was 8.
8-4.
8-4. So, I mean, it's not an easy result to conquer against a team that's proven themselves to be very capable against Dr. Bullet.
No, yeah, you're definitely right in that regard. And as I load into this match, what I'm noticing is yeah, all the guys on the Survivor side or SEA, no key here today. We do have the likes of Cahill, Ray, Alex G, and Benny, and we are going to be taking chase onto, I do believe this is Benny straight off the rip all the way sitting here, corner 7. He's going to make some nice distance all the way down into 7 here to play around this tile, but unfortunately, yes, terrible RNG, no pallet at our disposal. There is one just straight ahead, but we're unable to use it after a quick shot from Ranger. Oh! You'll love to see it, my god! Get that stun and make more distance all the way around the water tower. You'll love it from the side. If you're on the side of Benny, he is going to break away after this, and we've interrupted a generator simultaneously. Cahill is now forced off it all the way into Shack. We saw someone crossing over, and they can be caught out. I think that's Benny again. Yeah, Benny, what are you doing, mate? Get out of here. He has just been sitting there with, you know, over at the Shack, and we are going to be committing back onto Cahill now around this eye filler, and okay, so I'm having deja vu. We literally were just in this predicament regardless. All the way down into the Shack now, trying to evade the shock here. We make the eye filler there. Do we greet it? No, we choose to use it, thinking that he's going to swing through the pallet then. We just didn't. We respected it a little bit, and it resulted in a tag. And now with Cahill tagged here, again running to the dead zone of the map where we know there's nothing, unfortunately. There is access to this LNT wall, but again, against the Doctor, it can be proved to be pretty difficult to be used. We do vault the window once, faking it there twice, and it's just going to result in a down. So at the cost of almost 2 generators procced right now. We have that double sitting over at main, and if we do get that pop, this will be a rinse-repeat scenario of last game. And look at this. No, we don't make the pain resonance in time. No way he gets that at 11 off. No. Oh, I would be livid. I would be, me personally, I would not be happy. I would be dirty on that one, Joms. I'd be dirty.
The gen did pop on the stroke of midnight below, I will admit. 11:59 dot 11:59. I mean, that's beautiful. The good thing for Ranga is that's your first down. I'd say he's still in a pretty okay spot. The gens are not amazing where the hook is. Like, he's got a, I mean, he does have to linger. I mean, Shaq and Main are pretty ugly to venture to. Quick pull. What may the play be for Cahill? You're gonna go straight into the main building. Don't hate it. We're gonna definitely see a bloke come in for a body. I would suspect it. Is Alex G on the way? There he is, Alex G, sir. Good to see you, brother. We are going to make that main into Volt Sloppy Butcher, Eruption, and the Pain Res Eruption. Double pick tonight. Mirror builds, I think. I like the Ruin. I like the Ruin on Doctor, but I could be wrong. Either way, really well played from Cahill here. That's a lot of progress in the background from those gens as well. A lot. And Shaq, Ranga's gens just suck as well. Like, they just absolutely suck. But no, they're playing it well, the Survivors. This is the, I just want to reference, doggies haven't lost a set. No. Oh,
No.
that's what I'm saying. You can tell they know how to play against the pool. This is why you probably got to ban the doc against this team. This thing was a bit of an ego greed sly from the doggies here. I think the doggies back themselves on the M1s as they should. But allowing this team to get Doctor is... I couldn't agree with that personally, my brother. I couldn't.
Yeah, no, it's the first one I'd banned against Ray because, my god, he's well versed. But
Same.
regardless, he's going to be playing up in the main building there. Interrupting it is Ray, who is going to now be going all the way down into 8, whereas this other generator, we do pre-drop the pallet here where we're working around the filler to the best of our ability. There is that. I don't know if this is a fixed spawn filler here because I see it every match, so it must be fixed spawn, but it's just a weak pallet ultimately. Oh, what the no way. Okay, so we hit Ray and got stunned like 50 seconds after, but we are going to be taking the pick here now, and this will be the first hook onto Ray. So some pain rest to slow the game down even more, and that gen over at main's going to be getting regressed a lot more. So Benny trying to rotate for it, sitting over at 1. We do see Ranga make his rotation all the way to the bottom side of the map. Like you said, these gens suck. They are horrid. I mean, we do get the static blast to show us some info on who's working all the way mid-7, but we're not going to opt to commit that. We're going to play for main and this hook, and I don't hate that idea considering we have just spotted out the rotation. Enemy spotted. It is Benny who has just been caught out with the shock there and is now trying to play around the pallet again to the best of his ability, faking the wind. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful work from Benny. What's happened there? No, don't vault that. You'll be grabbed. Okay, Cahill, Ray trying to make enough distance. Hits the fast fall. Okay, so we're not getting grabbed off the window anytime soon. And now we're looping the Ormond filler here, corner 11. This is perfect place to be taking chase right now. A little bit of a spectator bug, I think, because I'm pretty sure there will be a few survivors or generators in the background as we do take the chase back around these fillers here. We are going down ultimately. That is 7 in the background popped. Is there somebody on main now? Do you opt this like this? Is it close enough? Oh, we should have. We should have. And in all honesty, no access to no pain res. This will be another stage onto Ray. No, it's not. We've already used the pain res onto Ray. We used it beforehand. But we do catch out whoever's working this generator here. It did sound like a Claudette screaming, so I think it was Alex G. Benny still injured somewhere, is fresh, and Cahill is probably working that door aggro. We did see someone at the eye filler there, but we don't want to chase them. I'm not too sure who that was in the background, but we do manage to find Benny just in the middle of it all, the midst of it all. What's happening here? Is forced to use this pallet here. Even Electrode's not making that distance, mate. Come on now. We're just going to be looping around the car filler on the backside of main. And let me do my math here real quick. Yeah, even if we down Benny and camp him to all remaining stages, this just isn't going to be enough. This is going to be 6. 6-3 if we manage to get all stages onto Benny. Missing the M1 there. That's going to be Cahill M1s. This might even just be the 4th stage. Beautiful stuff from Oppenheimer, showing why they picked the Doctor against Diamond Dogs. And wow, oh wow, did they play well. To be Gibbsy on the Diamond on the Diamond Dogs. Well, yeah, obviously, but on the Demogorgon rather is going to be the survival lineup of Alex G, Cahill, Benny, and Ray. I mean, you saw them play very well against the Doctor set, in the Doctor set against Ranga's Doctor. How will they fare amongst Gibby's Demogorgon? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see as we do spawn in here. Now, I get a little bit confused on the call-outs of this map these days around. I want to say they spawned on the bottom side, but I could be really wrong in that regard. And as Gibbsy spawns on the other side of the map, we'll be placing our portal here. So somebody in chat, please educate me on the communications. Where are we currently? And I'll go back in the VOD and watch. I think this is 7. So we're taking chase here, dropping the pallet and on the side of Cahill and vaulting into the loving embrace of Gibbsy. Has played that mind game very well. That's going to be a shred tag there. And then we're going to just be following up the chase here all the way back into what seems to be 8 or 9, going all the way into the corner of 11. pre-dropping this pallet here and just rotating towards the truck filler, I don't know, the bus, but we're breaking line of sight very nicely. He's going to not make Gibbsy allowed to use his shred. Wait, taking precedent of the pallet there, my god, all right. And we have vaulted it straight back into the window there. Not enough distance to get that M2 going, Gibbsy, but doing a little bit of 1 volt, 2 volt action, double vaulting champion if you don't mind swinging through that pallet is just naughty stuff as we do take another hook here, the first hook of the trial rather, sorry, at this pain resonance. Is that shack gonna pop? Please tell me that pops for the survivor's sake. Yeah, it does, okay. But as a result of it, unfortunately, Ray has copped the short end of the stick. Just the communications would have been a little bit off. Do we make it or do we not? Who knows until it actually happens, am I right? So we do see someone rotating off of that main generator that just procced, and it is going to be Alex G first up in chase around the shack. We have greeted it very nicely. Now, do we break away or do we choose to keep looping? We choose to keep looping, so you can anticipate a hot drop onto shack momentarily. Oh no, beautiful breakaway, beautiful. Even Gibbsy thought that what I was thinking. He got a little bit confused there, but oh, again, the survivor's in a dominant position here, Jumps. Look at the gen pressure and, you know, oh my god, hang on a second. Wait, we're going for a little bit of a teleport back to the hook here. This could be detrimental, could catch someone off guard. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, the progression is upheld very nicely here. Sorry, Jams, I've been yapping on for a little bit. I want to take over Big Man while we see Big Cahill in chase.
That was a good play from Gibbsy there. Turn around, take the tag on Big LXG. It was a great start for the serves. Pop the double shack. Usually, I think on M1s, you can, triple split. I think more of the time. I think STR. I think it's ping. It's never a bad decision to double shack it out the way. They've split the map directly down the middle. Personally, not a fan of it these days, unless it's like STR. Just Spirit these days on wreckers. But yeah, I don't know. Usually triple split for. I think you see Doggy's triple split for first chase. I think that's one thing you'll notice the difference of. Good straight onto Cahill there. Does make the filler. It was pallet saver here. Very good stuff. We do drop that pallet as well on the side of Gibbsy. Break that shred. Quick shred. Sunglasses heart. I think, in my personal humble opinion, that it's swung in the favor of probably. Oh, this is tough. It just depends. It just depends who's FTP as well. Is Benny FTP? Is Ray FTP? There's no FTP Headhunter. It's tier 5, mate. So I would say with that new core information just clocked in my brain, maybe this isn't as bad for Gibbsy. Although I'd say that the Oppenheimer lads are pacing nicely. They still have shack puller, I'm pretty sure. So they're broken run shack. Just have a chase, just live. Getting the reset down bottom, LXG, beautiful. Need that. Gibbsy's lingering for the reset, seeing if he can spot it. Lingered a bit late, in my opinion. This is a late roam, but he's going to see if he can just make something of it anyway, which is good. Does spot it out, but it's just, again, it's not going to happen, is it? They're just too far away. That just seems to be the theme of this game for Ghibli. They're just that 1 inch too far away. Do get the spawn onto Cahill. Headhunt said it's Jungle Gym into Shack. Thoughts? Like, it's going to be a long chase, I think, no, unless it's a blunder happens.
As we say that, we almost saw a blunder there, just ever so missing that on the side of Gibbsy. Dying on a pallet though, so maybe Alex G somewhere for a pallet save, and yeah, Gibbsy thinks it too. He's going to be looking around every nook and cranny to make sure that he finds that stealthing survivor, and he's caught him out. Now pushed him away far enough to where it is safe for the grab, the pickup here, sorry. We are going to be swinging preemptively just in case of anybody else coming for that pallet save, or if Alex G did miraculously somehow be able to close the distance to make it the pallet save just in time. But Gibbsy again now in the dominant position. Moments ago it was just the survivors. I want to note, obviously we didn't touch up on it a little bit earlier on, was the build and the add-ons being brought in. Everything's pretty stock standard because you know, the balancing kind of reminded me of the fact that we probably should look at the build, and if we do manage to see it after we see momentarily that Ray is in chase now around this side of the map, we are going to be using the matchstick tiles, just a whole lot of nothing. So we're just living on a tag and a prayer. I think trying to delay it a little bit longer, and Benny's pumping his gen in the background, pumping a wave, you know. We are going to be able to take chase here over at 7. Ray playing the check spots very nicely around the rock there. Again, winning that 50. Nice to be winning that 50 on ping. He's going to send it all the way down to the deep pocket of the map. Doesn't have a lot to go on. It's ultimately going down. It's going to be the Eruption proc and the Aura showing onto Benny as well. Don't know if this is a Pain Resonance hook here, but if it is, problems team. Does seem to be though, but unfortunately, we're not going to be making it. And you know, going back to the build, Corrupt Intervention, Pain Res, Eruption, and I think it was Bamboozle being brought into the trial, if I caught a glimpse of it. But I did see the add-ons. It was Barber's Glasses and Blackheart. You know, Blackheart reducing the Shred attacks cooldown by 10%, and the Barber's Glasses is after a pallet by 10%. So, you know, cool beans, cool stuff. You know, he's doing his bits, Gibbsy. He's chasing Benny now after, you know, interrupting that generator there over in the corner. And Benny's really going to have to put on a show here. I mean, does have access to a few pallets to be working with. They definitely have some nice RNG on the side of our survivors. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's ugly from Gibbsy. Hate it. Hate to see it. Going to be breaking this anyway, breaking this pallet, zoning all the way into the deep corner. Yeah, he can't afford to commit this. I said Benny needs a crazy chase, and he's just putting one on. He's putting on what I said was a performance, and yeah, look at that. We do have access to the teleport here, so maybe it was all part of the master plan on the side of Gibbs. Oh, no shot. Oh, that generator is so close. Alex G still on a full health state, so can aggro it if Gibbsy for some reason decides to overcommit somebody else. But even Ray has the chance to kind of work it once Alex G breaks away nicely. And he really want to evade the tag here. He really won't want to give it up, because if he does, it's problems team. We do pre-drop the pallet in front of Gibbsy's face. Maybe, just maybe, in the background, Benny hops on that deep pocket generator as well to facilitate for the pressure not being worked on that generator we just interrupted. As we do take another break into the corner of the map, Alex G is going to be zoned into the other side, and you can only imagine after Jiggy, that Ray in the background will pop that gen, and now Alex G has some boots to fill here just to last a little bit longer. He's going to be dying in the middle of the exit gates though. Everybody in the trial injured, so it's still room for the 4K0 if we play our cards right on the side of Gibbsy. He's going to be slugging Alex G here. This is the correct play. We do see Benny just recollecting. He's probably going to go for the pickup, not even the gate, I would say. And then Ray rotating off of the deep pocket gate as well. So very good to act very early there. I mean, it could have been problems if we didn't, but again, Gibbsy now really trying to sniff out if there's anybody working that deep pocket gate, and I don't think there is. He's just a little bit lost here at the moment. He knows he has a slug over in the corner. He knows that there's 2 survivors on each end. Well, you would assume so, and we definitely know as the audience, but we do manage to get a gate open, and I'm not too sure which one that would have been. My heart wants to say the one just in front of us, and it does seem to be the case. Yeah, Benny going to be playing for the stages as well. Maybe just take the outs here. Hang on, no. Okay, so it was the deep pocket gate that had been open. Never mind, I was wrong. But, you know, going to be taking the remaining stages out the door here. That's going to be 7-3. Honestly, still a good result there, Jarms.
Me. You and I... Okay, I'll say this. On the average grand scale of it, you're exactly right. You hit the nail on the head. It is a great result. 3 stages.
It's definitely doable on a, you know, these days a much weaker map. You know, Wrecker's Yard going through so many changes as to landmarks and filler pallets. It's just not what it once used to be. There is still some strong loops, and as I say that, you know, Rang is running past one of them. But sometimes against Demogorgon, that one can prove to be pretty useless. Regardless, our survivors playing very cautiously, and I do like the slow start here. We are going to be seeing Ray take the first chase of the trial here onto, I do believe that is Gibbsy. Now the stream's a little bit wonky on my end. I can't really tell who is in chase, but yeah, if it's a K, it's usually Gibbsy. We are going to divert from this though. We know we don't have to chase after breaking the first resource of the game. Does seem to be somebody just, you know, hanging around this top rock here. It's going to be Ranger just pre-dropping this pallet here. Mighty unfortunate stuff for our killer not to get that tag there, but mighty fortunate stuff for our survivor Ranger to be able to evade that, and now trying to break away very nicely, you know, using every bit of you know, clutter in our way to break from using that M2, and being able to make that window was diabolical there. He is the survivor not on ping out of the 4, so, you know, the man job to do it, and we are going to be sniffing about around this crane again now. We do see the scratch marks leading towards the backside of it, and I'm not too sure who this will be in chase, but we will be seeing momentarily dropping the pallet is Supersaurus on the Claudette, and is going to be running all the way down into the deep portion of the map here, or just opting to stay at the crane. You know, don't hate this idea either. Going for a long lunge on the side of Ray, not quite connecting again, falling just short. So, you know, this can prove to bite Ray in the ass later on. We are mind gaming ourselves a little bit and now caught on the tires. Hang on a second here. What's going on there? Have we been fat shamed? I don't even know at this point, but I mean, you know, Supersaurus getting hit through that pallet is now going to have to last a little bit longer, even after getting that stun in. The blind coming in, no, mighty unfortunate for our killer there. He's going to continue on the chase onto Supersaurus. He's done really well to be able to last this long into a deep pocket with nothing but a crap filler, and now he's just kind of zoned into the corner here. So he's done really well, you know, given the circumstances of what he has been given to in his chase. He's now going to be going down into the corner. This will be the pickup here. Pain Resonance not going to mean that much because, you know, the first two generators are proccing in the trial there. There's no progression at the moment. Do we make this before the gen pops? We do! Oh, okay, but again, I don't think that it really means much. You know, if we do manage to interrupt the gen, that's, you know, big kudos, thumbs up to our killer, but I don't know, it'd be tight for time. I'm not too sure. Now, you know, Philly Fry's going to go rotate for that pull instantly, and as Ray takes ground back to the other side of the map, you know, just across from the pull, we are going to be seeing these scratch marks here lead around the rock. Now, Jams, what are your thoughts on this match so far?
I mean, the only thing that Ray needed to not do was get ran, and that's happened. We have one hook stay right now for two gens now in the background. So, you know, like I said, the casual saying you need to be a Tom, Dick, and Harry to say it's not a good start for Ray. But fortunately for him, Ranga has not had the Supersaurus chase. It's funny to me, you know, like in a moment of need, when the doggies need some lifting, it's Supersaurus. You'd think it could be Gibbsy, Runga, fuck, even Philly Fry's been in there a while, but Supersaurus is, he's played well all day. I think he played really well on whatever the first was, Doctor as well. He played amazing. Other way though, Ray can do something with this now. The gen stop are really lovely. Holding these would be on his agenda. Placing a TP here as well, just for Killer Instinct. I verse Ray on demo in particular. Not a mechanically gifted Demogorgon, but really smart in the decision making. Overall makes good decisions. Can be predictable at times, but overall is making the smarter play more than not. And super. Some that could have been terrible, but yeah, no, we need this tunnel out. We need this tap puller, like a 2-tap is what we need, and ask and you shall receive. Big Muscles now. Supersaurus is Pain Res, which I don't know, it could be him. I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? It just doesn't matter. So yeah, quick hook. Gotta march straight to 2 so you don't lose these gens. 4 gen top holdable. 3 hooks. I don't know, bro. What do you think now?
No, I mean, I would have preferred the Pain Resonance because I do think that Supersaurus is pain resonable. Regardless, we are going to be taking that tag onto Philly Fry here. That's not what you need in a time like this. They do have access to some nice RNG, but now ultimately, you know, using this Matchstick's tile, he's going to make that vault though, and Supersaurus being pulled in the background. Now, Ray's going to go back for that tunnel out, like, now, because he needs it. Especially if he is able to hold those 4 generators over at the other side of the map. So, you know, he's really trying to cut off the rotation here and does so very nicely. No bodied in just yet, but you can see that Gibbs is coming in for that hit tank now, has to go back in the background and get reset. You do have 3 other survivors in the trial injured. Pushing these generators could be detrimental if we're caught out in a bad position after downing Supersaurus. So Supersaurus, for this aggravation playstyle, really has to last here. And they are getting the resets in the background, but at the cost of no progression. And then, obviously, Supersaurus running into a whole lot of nothing. Not really much here for him laid out. I mean, he's still had a tremendous game, but going to be getting that quick pick onto him. Straight back on those 4 generators. Definitely can still hold it. As it currently stands, we have 5 stages allocated to us. Oh, 4 stages, sorry. 4 stages allocated to us at 2 freshers. So, you know, look, forever in search of that 8-stage game that we were looking for, and definitely on the right track to doing so. Now, here's the thing, Joms. Clean break on Gibbsy, right? so he'll be healed as long as he doesn't get found, or if he can last long enough in his chase. Everybody healthy. They definitely can still pull out of this with enough stages to take the tie. The win is a bit out of the question. You know, the only way that really works is if, you know, you end up with Ranger in your back pocket and then the other two escape fresh. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, he's looking pretty dominant right now, Ray. He's trying to make some weird cutoffs here, and he does manage to pull a chase out and commit onto Ranger here, but you know he doesn't like that position very much. Neither do I. So he spotted out Gibbsy, one of our fresh hooks here. He's going to do a little bit of the whip-de-wop mind game, and again using this.
Oh my god!
That
was beautiful. So yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. We're going to be continuing on chase onto Gibbsy here, who's just dropping off the mountain once more, the rock, whatever you want to call it these days. But he's going to be eating a tag here at the cost of it. That was a nice little bit of jiggy there, though. Definitely well and truly needed. And if we can get a quick tap onto Gibbsy, which there is no pallet to our avail, and there's this one here, but we just don't make it. There's Eruption in the background. No aura, I don't think. No scream. So we are going to be just hooking all the way over at corner one, and that's going to regress the game a little bit more. All the more time to get those stages on the board.
Would be looking at the doggies' first loss of the season, and it's such a dire time as well, because I would argue Oppenheimer need to win this to stay in the playoff hunt. Although they're 6th right now. Lost to Adolescents, lost to Evo, 2 teams above them. They cannot. If they tie on points, they just lose automatically in the playoff hunt versus them. So they need to get above those 2 teams in particular. Getting a win off the doggies is, that's grouse. You love that. You do love that. I think the doggies were due for a loss anyway. Let's be real. They were in good nick for a while. You can't win them all. It is the true story, and they've done well to this point to go all the way. I do think when it comes to it, when they verse the big Sea Dragons, the Group B Goliaths, I do think they will, you know, nick a set off them. It's impossible to not. With how good Gibbsy is on Killer, he's had a pretty rough game today, so was Runga, but I mean, it's just how good Oppenheimer is, bro. They're M1 killers, like, it's just what happens, you know, and this wretched fades, oh my god, like, it's just done bits this whole trial, because Runga has just been useless, essentially, and I say useless in the pretense. 33% regression is just so boring to play with, and yeah, I mean, the truth is right now, Runga has to last. I don't know if it's possible. I do not think both gens will pop for this chase unless big fella gets super generational, but damn, this is probably, yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is probably going to be Doggy's first loss of the season. In such an abrupt fashion, just very, very one-sided, I would say. Doctor felt one-sided. This has felt a bit more one-sided. You haven't seen Doggies look like that all season. Like I said, they were due for a loss, Hunter. It's not a bad thing.
I thought that was Supersaurus who hadn't been pain res, but it was Ranger. Oh, that slows the game down even more. Because we still haven't reached our win condition yet, you know. We're at a comfortable, I think, 6 stages at the moment, so, you know. Anything's still really doable. They can't afford to give up anything now. I mean, you know, Ranger on Deathhook, Gibbsy on first, and Philly Fry fresh. You know, at least Philly and Gibbsy are both healthy in the trial. 2 generators remaining, and they all are in the cluster with the hook central to it. I mean, you know, when it looks chopped, am I right? He's poor blokes, but he's going to be trying to get a little bit crouch techie over at that rock there. Going to be eating a tag from Ray is Philly Fry, who's ran into this dumpster filler here, but there's no pallet. Again, been used a little bit earlier on in the trial. We are going to be really trying to zone them away on the side of Ray, but again, is just a matter of time until we get another body from Gibbsy, but this is like really tanking our progression on the side of our serves. You can imagine that in the background, Ranger will be pressing a generator. Nice crouch tech there from Philly Fry to be able to evade that M2 there. Is going to be running around the pallet once more and opting to use the window, maybe no, running it around it twice. It does make the vault there, okay? So we got another gen popped in the background. Maybe Gibbsy and Ranger go for a little bit of a double, and then just Philly Fry gets jiggy with it. I mean, Ray now really struggling to get this down. Hold on a second. We're playing the 50s very nicely on the side of Philly Fry winning everything. I think we need to not ego this pallet, and as I I say that, we have broken it and zoned Philly Fry into a whole lot of nothing. Maybe we just leave this on the side of Ray. Yeah, I wouldn't overcommit this either. You really don't need to. And if there's a double there, it's problems team if we catch them out. As we do take another kick, this will be the eruption proc onto that generator. They're just sitting in the far corner. We do have a 3-gen 2-hour Veil as we do commit the chase back onto Gibbsy here, who does have a stage to spare. You still can't really give it up in this instance here. I mean, if we find Philly Fry and we down Philly Fry, we win on a fresh hook here, so maybe we could have committed Philly Fry, but again, down onto Gibbsy's just as good. This will be the tie condition. We've opted to go for the slug and get sluggy with it a little bit as we do force the, well, I was going to say force the pre-drop, but we never pre-drop that. We greeted it on the side of Ranger, but I mean, again, playing his life, the life here is going to be going down after the pallet up, and we've just powered through it from Ray. That's going to be Ranger out of the game. This is going to be the tie condition right now, but as soon as we hook Gibbsy, that will be the win condition for our killer. 2 survivors out of the trial right now. Actually, we got Gibbsy off the floor. Okay, so we're at the tie condition. All right, now we absolutely can't give up any more hooks here, and we haven't won on fresh hooks. This is the exact tie here as it stands. There's 6-3, 6-3 on hooks at the moment. Obviously, Oppenheimer are winning on generators, but we are going to be vaulting the window here, catching Gibbsy off guard. Now it's just forced into the corner. 3, 2, 1 down. Did not win the 50 there. Was a little too late on the fake vault, but Ray going for the slug here, not opting to play safe. Probably should have took the hook there. I mean, just going all the way to where this generator is, and I don't think we're going to be able to find Philly Fry anytime soon, as we probably pre-left it all entirely if we were ever in here in the first place. So not too sure, not quite too sure what Ray's doing here. Really getting sluggy and trying to get that 4K. If we can get a quick rotation to where Philly Fry might be. Oh no, wait, hang on a second. A couple killer notifications there. Without sound notifications. Not too sure what that's all about, but I mean, we've kind of sent it down to the corner of the map here. Whole lot of nothing to be working with. You know, the 4K is imminent here, and that's what we quite anticipated a little bit earlier on in the trial, Jams.
I mean, ping demo, no exhaust is a very tough set. I don't know if it's 4K, that's a bit egregious to say, but it's tough sets for sure. It's definitely tough, and I mean, they've done well, Oppenheimer tonight. They've taken a set off second best team in Group B statistically, and that's very well played. They deserve their flowers. Unlucky for the Dogs tonight. Like I said, yeah, chin up, boys. You'd be right. You lose one, you needed to. Everyone loses a game or two. It's like I said it before, say it again. They're due for one. It would have been ecstatic if they gone the whole season undefeated. That would have been a great feat, but they will lose their first game, Headhunter, and with that, that'll wrap up our Sunday evening. So I will say my part before I throw it to you. I'm Jams. You know me. Thank you for joining us. It's great matches. And